the greatest name in cereals, presents Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Space Academy, USA, in the world beyond tomorrow, 2350 AD. Here, the Space Cadets train for duty on distant planets. In roaring rockets, they blast through the millions of miles from Earth to far-flung stars and brave the dangers of cosmic frontiers, protecting the liberties of the planet, safeguarding the cause of universal peace in the age of the conquest of space.
The battered wreckage of a rocket scout lies in the Lacus Mortis, the lake of death, on the cold, barren surface of the moon. It is the rocket ship used by Professor Calum to escape from Terra Station. Now, Captain Strong and the Space Cadets, having landed on the moon, prepare to investigate the wreckage, fearful that Calum, the only man who can possibly stop the threatened destruction of Solar City, may be dead.
All right, Manning. You'll come with me. We'll check the rocket scout.
Aye, aye, sir. I hope I can get a shot at that old space crawler.
You watch that trigger finger of yours. The only chance we have of saving Solar City is taking Calum alive and unharmed. Now, let's go.
Well, sir, do we have to stay here? We'd sure like to be in on this.
Yes, you and Astro guard the Polaris. I think Manning and I can handle things.
Sure, easy. You two be good little space scouts, and I'll bring you back a nice, mean professor.
Well, this is the Lacus Mortis, the lake of death. Well, it's well named. It's as quiet, as calm as a graveyard.
Graveyard is right. This place gives me the creeps. Makes me feel as if we were being watched.
Don't be so jumpy, Tom. There's nobody around here, except maybe Professor Calum. And even he might be as dead as the rest of this planet.
Hey, something's coming through.
Well, the teleceiver signal. I patched it into our headset circuit in case anybody tried to contact us.
Oh.
Blast it, this means I have to climb way up to the radar bridge.
Well, I'll go, Astro.
No, it'll only take a minute. I'll do it, Tom.
Hey, look, that's me, delivering orders for the corner grocer. Every Saturday I do it. Make money that way. Learn things, too. Sure. I found out how many people order the same things, like Kellogg's cornflakes. Boy, nearly everybody gets them. And this deal about eating a good, healthy breakfast with milk, fruit, and Kellogg's cornflakes is true, too. Kellogg's cornflakes really do help you have more punch till lunch. I ought to know. I eat them. And I bet you I work hard as any kid in town.
And you're right, Bob. To keep going strong all morning long, there's nothing like a good, healthy breakfast. A breakfast built around Kellogg's Corn Flakes, the cereal with the power of corn. And what a cinch to serve. And that wonderful Kellogg's flavor proves there's a difference, a real difference in corn flakes. A difference you can taste in every crisp, delicious spoonful of Kellogg's. The cereal that can help you and your whole family have more punch till lunch. So tomorrow morning and every morning, serve the world's most popular ready-to-eat cereal, Kellogg's Corn Flakes, the original.
Stand still, Cadet Corbett, or I'll blast you. Now stand still, I said. Keep your hands away from the parallel ray. Did George Captain think that I'd stay by my wrecked ship and wait for him to come and get me?
He'll be back soon, Calum.
Yes, but not soon enough to help you or himself.
What are you going to do?
As I recall it, the main oxygen line passes through the space up here. I want to see if it does. Yes, sir, there it is. Don't move. Remember, I'm warning you. Now, one blast of this heat ray should sever the line completely. Well, there's your oxygen. Note how the very low temperatures cause it to precipitate as it's doing now and appear as steam? You'll have to forgive me. I forget all the time and imagine I'm back in the lecture hall.
What are you doing, you madman?
Madman, eh? Soon your entire ship will be without air. And all you and your friends will have will be the oxygen that's left there in your spacesuit tank. Not nearly enough to survive. Now get moving.
Well, what's the idea? What do you want
you
me for?
appear to have some intelligence. Maybe I can use you. Go on, move.
Yes?
Well, I was up on the radar bridge, sir. You see, there was a teleceiver call, and while I was answering it, I began to get dizzy. And then finally, I noticed that something was wrong with the oxygen pressure. I checked and found that the main supply line was blasted right here in the space lock.
No chance of patching it either. There's a whole section burned.
Isn't there any oxygen left in the ship?
Not enough to keep a mouse alive. Cut down on the flow of your oxygen tanks, both of you. That's all we have left.
What about Tom, sir? Aren't we going to look for him?
We certainly are, Astro.
But where? We don't even know which way they went. Where do we start?
Yes, we do, Astro. We know, look. This surface dust is pretty soft. Look at it. Those marks should take us right to Caleb and Tom. Come on. We haven't much time left.
Well, where are we going? Our oxygen tanks won't last any longer than Captain Strong's.
Soon we'll have no need of oxygen tanks.
What?
Look at that cave up ahead there.
Why, where?
Right ahead of you, fool.
Oh, well, what about it?
When we get inside, we'll have no need of oxygen.
Oh, you're crazy. There's no oxygen on the moon, not even under the surface.
Forgive my stupidity, my young genius. Now, come on, move on. All we have to do when we get inside that cave is wait for the captain and his crew to die. Then we'll take over the Polaris.
They passed this way. That's Tom's communicator.
He must have left it here so we could follow him.
Well, let's keep going. We're wasting oxygen.
Wait a minute,
just
Manning.
standing here.
Wait a minute. We must be getting pretty close by now.
How do you figure that?
Look up ahead. That cave.
Yes, look, those tracks lead right up to it. They must be inside there. Come on, sir.
Take it easy, Astro. This may be a trap. Now check your parallel rays, both of you.
Aye, aye, sir.
All right? Now stay behind me. Keep at least 3 paces distant. Now let's go.
There. That force lock ought to hold you for a while. Keep you out of mischief. You're not struggling. Apparently you've had some acquaintance with the force lock before.
Yes, I'm very familiar with force rings. A friend of yours, a pirate, had one on his ship, as I recall.
Oh, yes, your recollection is very accurate. Yes, Masters imitated several of my creations. You see, for all his cunning and strength, he was envious of my powers of logic and reason. Why, even his underground office in Ganymede was copied from this room here. In that way, he became my equal, in his eyes at least.
So, you and he figured to run the whole solar system from a little hole like this.
We're not so far wrong on that, you know. We might have done so. With his strength and my knowledge, we could have controlled the whole solar system.
That's what he figured. But where is he now? Just space dust. And what can you do without him?
I'll find others. I certainly shall. As I destroy Earth, city by city, it won't be so difficult to find new recruits.
Now, you talk pretty big for one man. Alone on the moon, trapped in a cave.
Trapped, eh? Pretty soon, we'll go out again. Step over the dead bodies of Captain Strong and his crew, take over the Polaris, and escape to the safety of outer space. That's why you are useful to me. You are going to be my co-pilot.
Thanks for the honor.
Oh, we have visitors.
You're really loaded down here, aren't you? Even a warning scanner.
Yes, I take care of every eventuality, leave nothing to chance. Oh, I see Captain Strong has followed me after all.
Well, looks like your plans are going to be shot full of holes.
Not at all, not in the least. Why, now, this assures me of success. Captain Strong has exhausted the last means of survival. There isn't sufficient oxygen in the spacesuit tanks to return to the Polaris, and he can't break through that airlock. So all I have to do is stay here beside this space scanner and watch him die.
Folks, I'd like to show you a few action shots of George and Frank Hodges, two of the hardest-hitting halfbacks I ever coached. These shots were taken at a Saturday morning practice when the boys had a real workout from 9 a.m. till noon. And take it from me, these kids were going strong all morning long. More punch to lunch? You bet. And I'll tell you where they get it. They get the power of corn in Kellogg's cornflakes as part of their daily breakfast, see? Mighty simple to serve. And believe me, a good breakfast like this really does stay with you clear through the morning.
Right you are, Coach. And Kellogg's cornflakes are always fresh, have a delicious, wonderful flavor. Yes, a different, better cornflakes flavor, a flavor you'll go for again and again. And remember, Kellogg's cornflakes pack a wallop that helps keep a fellow going strong all morning long. Yep, with more punch till lunch. No wonder the world's most popular ready-to-eat cereal is Kellogg's Cornflakes, the original.
There now. See? They're beginning to run around like sheep in circles. If they only knew we were within 50 feet of them. You see? See now there. They're beginning to show the effects of lack of oxygen. Captain Strong. Even he's beginning to be weaker. You know, I'll give them 5 minutes. 10 at the most. And then we can recapture the Polaris.
Well, what good would the Polaris do? You drained the air supply.
I have sufficient metal on hand to repair the damages easily, and a supply of oxygen to replenish the Polaris. Look now, look! They're beginning to run around in circles.
The airlock control. Where? Oh, here it is. Captain Strong! Fellows, quick, through the lock! That's it. That's it. Now, let me get this stuff off. Here, Captain. You all right, sir? Oh, I get it, sir?
Air. Clean, sweet, fresh air.
Gosh, I haven't smelled anything as good as that in a long time. Watch it. He's coming, too.
All right, Caleb. Come on. It's the end of the line for you.
Corbett, how did you escape from the force ring? It's the first time it ever failed me.
It's really amazing to me, Professor, how a great brain such as yours, which can cope with all the most difficult, abstract occurrences, would overlook a psychic phenomena which even a basic primary physics student would grasp immediately.
I don't follow you at all.
Well, as I understand it, the force ring is actually a wall of pure force, which gives all the indications of magnetism, and yet also exerts itself on non-magnetic objects.
That's right. It should have held you like a vice.
But, Professor, you're forgetting the magnetic cloth in my spacesuit. Don't you realize that all that metal was sure to cause a short circuit in the force field? Why, even I understood that. And I was free to move around any time.
Nice going, Tom. And I'm glad you didn't hurt him. He has some information we have to get out of him. And get it fast.
Oh, yes. The moon ray. You don't know where it comes from, do you?
But you're going to tell us, Professor.
That's where you're wrong, Cadet. I'll tell you nothing. Within 2 hours, Solar City is going to be destroyed. And there's not anything that any one of you can do to stop it. This is CBS. Celebrate the holiday season with the shows on the Columbia Broadcasting System. Don't miss the next action-packed episode on Friday, when Tom Corbett and the Space Cadets risk their lives in a desperate attempt to save Astro. Tom Corbett is played by Frankie Thomas. This has been a Rock Hill production.
Remember, tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at this same time for the thrilling interplanetary adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Brought to you by Kellogg's, the greatest name in cereals.